Hello and welcome back to another Space Engineers showcase video. In today's video, I'm once again taking a look at one of your designs that you have linked me in the comment section of one of my videos. For today, we are looking at another large non-combat ship, and this is the SSI Saturn industrial ship, which is this lovely thing right here. So this is a fairly large ship that features everything you need to survive in survival mode. With refineries, we've got assemblies, and even two little ships that we can deploy from these hangar bays right here to go off and explore and even do some trading. Pressing F10 and finding it in the spawn menu. There it is. This thing is 3,120 large blocks using pretty much all the DLC packs bar the Economy Deluxe. It's also got all the information about it written on the workshop page, including the 3 scripts that it uses. The Artificial Horizon, Whip's Auto-Door and Airlock system, and the Cruise Control scripts. So give us a thumbs up, we'll move all the way around to the very front here, we'll have a quick look around the outside, then we'll go around the interior, which is very big and can get a little bit confusing, then we'll fly around for a bit to see how it handles. So at the very front here, this is what we get. Towards the top of the ship, we've got ourselves our bridge, where you can see our transparent LCD screens, showing us our speed, our hydrogen usage, and of course our horizon. Just below that, coming down to here, we've got another set of windows that go into our living quarters, which is mainly our kitchen bay. And just below that, we've got some hydrogen thrusters to help stop this ship. If we move around onto this side, what we're going to see is a couple of spotlights to light up the darkness, and then we've got ourselves a piston. That's going to be how we're going to get in and out of this ship. The piston has a button panel on it, or you can use one of the seats at the very front to raise and lower it to access that door right there. We also got an interior turret just above there in case some pesky pirate decides to try and board your ship and try and commandeer it. Yes, as we continue along here, we've got some good use of our wheel suspensions, plenty of windows to peer inside. This is our hangar bay where we've got 2 little small ships that come ready with the ship. Here they are right here, just simple non-combat hydrogen powered ships. They can just fly around, go off to trade stations, and see what goodies you can trade. And yes, we've got a connector right below that, which is once again on a piston that we can deploy all the way out if we're having troubles docking up to a station. And if we were to continue past all these, we come over to this section right here, which features 4 auction tanks and 4 cargo containers to store all the stuff you collected on your way. And as we were to move towards the back there, we've got another auction tank right there. We've got some lovely use of our new conveyor pipes. That comes all the way towards the very back here. We've got some lovely red hydrogen tanks with our hydrogen thrusters at the back there to push us around. And there we go with that. We've also got a bunch of walkways in the middle of these so we can do some maintenance work on them if they ever took damage. Continue around to the opposite side, which is going to be slightly different. So there's our tanks, there's the conveyor pipes, a little walkway going all the way along to our containers. Then we go over to this section right here. We've got some exhaust pipes shooting out some smoke. We can see a bunch of modules attached onto our refineries and our assemblies. Once again, a piston on a connector to dock up from this side, and a few hydrogen thrusters just to help on the left and right. And there we are back at the front once again. If we were to drop down and come underneath this thing, this is what we get. We've got some fantastic use of our magnetic plates, which have been once again placed on a piston. So when we hit a button, it can deploy all the way down and give you some great clearance from the rest of the ship. There's all our hydrogen thrusters to keep us floating off the ground. There's the bottom of our cargo containers, and some more hydrogen thrusters towards the back, with once again some more magnetic plates on pistons. So there we go. Moving all the way up and above this thing, past our hydrogen tanks, right up here, we've got some nice use of our armoured plates for some additional detail. That moves all the way along towards the very front there. We've got some more hydrogen thrusters, some more armoured plates, a couple more hydrogen tanks, because we are very heavy on the hydrogen when flying around with this thing. Then towards the front there, we've got ourselves an antenna, just to make sure we can always see the ship from a distance. So there we go with that. And that is a very brief look around the outside of the SSI Saturn. It's very well done and has made fantastic use of the new DLC pack to give it that unique design. But what we can do now is grab hold of my character, and we can come down to that piston we saw earlier, and now it's time to explore the ship. So we can come down to here and land like so. We've got ourselves a handy little button panel. One of them is going to be to turn the lights on and off, so there we go. Then we can press this one, to reverse it all the way up. That's going to bring us quite handily up to this door, as well as up this friendly little turret. We can turn off that light now because we don't need it blinking. We can open it up. We get an alarm sound, red blinking lights on the inside, and after a short delay, the doors will close and everything will come back to normal. And now we're on the inside, where we've got a few ways to go. So what we'll do first is come over to the hangar bay, because that's a dead end. So we'll come through here, open that up, close that behind us, and here are our little ships. So they just sit on a connector and they're ready to go whenever you're ready. We can just hit these buttons right here to open up the hangar bays. We can turn on and off the lights, and there we go. So this is one that I used earlier, which is why it's quite wonky sitting on the connector. We can come into first person view, switch on the power, switch on our hydrogen, and we can then lift off from the ground, hopefully not slam into the ceiling. And, well, I think I just ruined this ship. Yes, I have. Wow, that went fantastic. So we'll come out of here and hopefully not do the same thing. Let's just turn off that rotating light. And we'll just disconnect, turn on the power, and almost do the same thing. But yes, let's just go all the way forward. And now we're cleared out of the ship. In third person view, this is what we get. It's just a nice little neat ship to fly around, maybe just inspect the damage on the ship if they took damage in combat. Or like I said, you can go off to a trade station and do a little bit of trading with this. So we just come and drop this down right into here. That'll do nicely. And we'll just close this up for good measure to make sure no one can see the mistake I've just made. Now we can walk around through here. We've got a small little doorway that's just going to lead into a little intermittent section. We've got our shelves with little bits on top. We've got our cargo crates. And now simply just lead around up to here, where we can peer down at our lovely usable ships. Coming out of there and moving through, we then come back into the main portion of the ship. Let's just close that up. We've got a few more ways to go. We can go to the refineries, or we can go to the mess hall. So what we'll do is go to the refineries first of all, and we'll loop around to the back of the ship, then work our way towards the front. So walking through here, this is what we get. We've got some more great use of our cylinder pipes, and we can see our modules sitting on top of our assemblers. So there's that assembler right there. We've got an air vent to make sure we don't suffocate. There's our refineries, and then just looking up, we can see some catwalks up and above, which is where we're going to go in a second. Yes, we just walk around to here, some more conveyor pipes. We can walk up this assembler, which is very nice stuff. We can access anything on here if we need to. If we were to hop down here and climb up the ladder, I'm just going to use my jetpack to speed this up. There we go. We're now on this section up here. We can view our exhaust pipes right here and the lovely skybox in the distance. Yes, through here we've got some great use of our neon tubes just going around the room, acting as some wires, just connecting everything together. We've got some cargo crates littering the area, and we've got a few doorways where we can go. So coming through this section right here is a small another little intermittent room. We've got a cargo container for a little quick access, some more shelves, some more containers, and another door. If we were to turn around and come through into this area, this is going to be through our maintenance bay, where all of our power, all of our gyroscopes, and everything we need to survive is going to be sitting. So looking up, there's our reactor. Walking all the way around to here, a few bits of detail in the form of LCD screens, shelves, and containers. We've got our oxygen tanks right behind us, even more hydrogen tanks all connected up. And we can move further and further down in this, but it's largely going to be the same as what we see around here. So there's that. We now walk all the way around to here. We can move up a little bit, access the thrusters right above us. Turning around, we can access the reactor. And we've got a few more dead ends where we can just walk around and do a bit more maintenance work. If we were to walk all the way down to here and start moving our way down in this area, we do have a doorway which is going to lead us to the rear of the ship, where we've got our hydrogen tanks we saw at the back of the ship, as well as access to our hydrogen thrusters to repair them up if they took damage. Before we go through this door, I will just come back around here and drop myself all the way down to stop me from doubling back on myself. We'll land on this platform right here, below our hydrogen thrusters. So just walking around, this is how we're going to access our containers on the side, as well as get into the ship through this doorway right here. But we can just walk all the way around to here and access this area up and above. There are hydrogen tanks, our pipes, and small hydrogen thrusters, and of course our neon tubes on the side. If we were to come around over to here, further down and around, this is going to take us to the cargo containers we saw on the side. So there's the access point right there, as well as a small drop down point to get to the lower platform to access the bottom ones. If we were to jetpack and come back to where I just was around to here, We'll go through these doorways. There is one on the opposite side, but they both lead to the same room. Through here, we're now at the bottom of where we just were, and there is a doorway for the opposite side. So we can walk around to here. There's our hydrogen thrusters that are on the bottom of the ship. There's the bottom of our cargo containers that we saw just a second ago, and we can start to walk around here and see the reactor we saw up and above. That just leads us all the way around to here. We'll be able to access our hydrogen tanks at the back. We can see our jump drive, which will allow us to jump a short distance. And of course, just looking around to here, we should have a ladder, but that will take us to the floor above, which is what I was trying to look for a minute ago. There it is right there. Now we can get up to here. And now we're back where we were just a few moments ago. So coming back through here, if I can find where I am, that's the doorway that led outside. We need to come back through this doorway, back into this room, and we'll continue along. We should come to another small little room. We've got our little science bays here. We've got some more shelves, an air vent to make sure we don't suffocate, and a nice view outside. So there we go. We've got our gravity generators in here to make sure we can jump around without floating away. And we've got some more pipes. We've got our piston head just hiding up that connector point. Opening up that, that'll be back where we just were, with the refinery right below us. Through this doorway right here, we'll come through, and this will be to the start of the living quarters where I've got a contract bay and a chair to sit on. Coming around into this doorway, this is going to lead us slightly down to where we just were, but this is our living quarters where we've got our kitchen base set up, a table to eat your food, an air vent so you don't suffocate, and a vending machine with a doorway leading down that'll take you all the way to our starting room. There we go, we'll just come back through here before the door closes, all the way around and up, then we'll come back into this room and move further on. So into this room right here, this is our toilet, and this is going to lead us straight to our bridge. So opening up that way, there is our bridge. If we were to turn all the way around over to here, we've then got ourselves our crew quarters, which is just a bunch of beds lined up with some lockers and a toilet in the corner. There we go. Coming back through here and walking up those steps that we just saw, all the way up to here, opening up that doorway. This is just a small little intermittent room. Then lead around to our medical bay in case you get injured. So there we go with that. Got another fantastic view outside the windows. And a small desk just to look at your patient sitting on that machine. Opening up this doorway, a shower and toilet setup. Coming back through here, we then come to our server room, which features our programmable blocks. We've got Whip's auto-dawn airlock script that now has a fancy little screen that moves. Look at that. And then got our cruise control sitting on this one. And then we got our artificial horizon sitting on that one. If we were to come back around and through here all the way down towards our bridge, this is the final room of the ship. We've got our cover wall sitting right here to give your people sitting in the seat a little bit of protection from any oncoming fire from behind. And yes, we've got two control seats with nothing going on. And this is the view out the front when we're on foot. Hopping into this seat right here in first person view, this is what we get. We can see our transparent LCD screens in front of us with our artificial horizon, planetary gravity and our power and hydrogen usage. Looking down, not too much going on here apart from our engine efficiency and all these standard other screens. Bringing up the HUD and going to the free camera, we'll go through the hotbar. So number 1 and number 3 is going to be to extend out our pistons on the side there, which is for our connectors. So if docking up to a station or another ship is proving dodgy, you can extend these out and hopefully it'll be a bit more safer. Number 2 and number 4 is to lock and unlock our connectors, and number 6 is simply to turn them on and off if we need to. Coming to tab number 2, this is going to be for our landing gear, our access platform, and of course our hangar bay. So pressing number 1, our landing gears will drop all the way down thanks to our pistons. There we go, just hiding the HUD and moving backwards. Up they go, down they go. There we are. Number 2 being to lock and unlock them, with number 3 to be toggling them on and off. Number 5 is going to be for our platform over here to drop it all the way down to the ground, just in case you get stranded on a planet and the captain needs to extend it out. There we go. Number 8 and number 9 is for our hangar bay, where our poor little ships are sitting after I've dealt with them. There we go with that, and there's the wreckages inside there. Coming to tab number 3, this is just our general purpose tab. We've got our hydrogen thrusters on and off, which is going to be for the ones underneath here near our magnetic plates. So there we go. Number 2 is going to be for our cruise control, so if you start to move forwards and tap that, we'll then keep going at a constant rate thanks to our script. And number 3 is going to be for our jump drive, where we can jump 1,391.16 kilometers, which is okay for this size of ship. number 5 and number 6 being for our range, and with number 8 and number 9 being for it to recharge on and off. On tab number 4 we then got our beacons and antenna on and off. On tab number 5 we got nothing else, so now we can fly this thing around to see how it handles. So moving forwards, this is what we get, and ignoring any clanging sounds coming from inside the hangar, we've got some nice speed thanks to those 3 large hydrogen thrusters, and coming to a stop, we seem to be okay-ish, although it's a little slow, and we don't have the gyro control to do a 180, so we will just have to sit this out and be careful when docking up to a station. Moving left, and moving right, we've got some okay speed with that. Moving down, a lot faster than everything else, and then moving up, faster than everything else by a long shot. Look at that go. And then wiggling my mouse around, this is what we get. One hell of a lot of weight on here, very draggy with the controls, but it does suit this type of ship and the size of ship and what it's trying to portray. And that is basically it for the SSI Saturn. It's a fantastic ship with a lot of stuff going on with it. It's put the new DLC pack to very good use with the conveyor pipes, the assemblers, the refineries, and all of that. So yes, there will be a link to it in the description below if you do wish to download and play around for yourself, along with a link to the Skybox I'm currently using. And as per usual, to end this video, we're simply going to slam this straight into this asteroid to see the type of damage we can deal. And here we go in 3, 2, 1. Oh, I'm a little bit out again. But here we go, straight into the asteroid. Oh my god, wow. It felt like I just deleted a good portion of the ship. Yes, we've lost the entire front, our living quarters are gone, the bridge is gone, and I believe we've lost... No, we still have our hangar bay, but we do have, quite conveniently, our doorways right here. Oh wow, our toilet and shower setup has survived. And we've still got our walkway right here, which is going over to our refinery bay. That is quite a lot of damage dealt to that poor little ship. And there we go with the free camera. We can see that we've made the ship into a very stubby version of itself. Just lost the entire front, but we've still got everything we need to survive. So we've got our cargo containers, our hydrogen tanks, auction tanks, refineries and all that. So we're still perfectly usable as a static base, just slammed into an asteroid. Yes, thank you all for watching, and I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.